Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing probably my most highly requested video. You guys assume that my skin is perfect. I'm definitely not complaining about my skin. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's like absolutely perfect either. There are definitely things here and there that I would like to change about it. But for the most part, from when I was like 12 or, in my early teens up to now, it has changed a lot. And I feel like I've finally kind of gotten a good system that kind of helps me keep my skin the way it is. And then every now and then I will kind of have moments where my skin starts to freak out, but I feel like I have enough products, or I've discovered enough things to kind of bring it back down and just kind of normalize it again. And I feel like I've gotten it pretty good. I'm pretty proud of myself because I've had issues for so many years, and it all just kind of started with one product, and from there I kind of just found ways to just clear up my skin, kind of fade my scars, and do all of that awesome stuff. So I'm gonna just start off with my story of my skin and kind of what I've done, what I discovered, what works for me personally. I am not a skincare expert by any means. I've just kind of been playing around with so many products over the years that I finally figured out a system that works for my personal skin. So, just because this worked for me, it might not work for you, but you might be able to find some really awesome tips to kind of help calm down your acne, clear up your acne, fade your acne scars, and just kind of rebalance your skin from how it might have been. So from when I was little, my skin was always super oily. My nose would just get really oily. It wouldn't really spread too much to the rest of my face, but my T-zone was definitely an oil slick. And around the age of, I want to say like 12 or 13, I started getting breakouts. They started off pretty normal, like any normal kid goes through breakout stages and everything like that. But as I got older, at around like 15 or so, they became a lot more intense. So they started to kind of come and become like cystic acne, where they'd be underneath the surface. And I'm a picker. I definitely pick at my skin. I know it's terrible. My boyfriend hates me for it because I'll kind of like pick at his skin too sometimes. I know it's really gross, but I just find like some kind of fascination in it. So I am someone who would squeeze out my pimples and do all that stuff and cause myself a lot of scarring. And because they were now underneath my skin and they were like really deep down and they were like really big like balls, I would try to squeeze, and the more I would try, my nails would eventually like cut my skin and I would get huge scars. So I used to have scars like all around my cheeks and along my jawline. This area right here was pretty much the only area that was free of scarring, and it's pretty clear right now. But I had literally along here, I would seriously like pick super close to my eye. It would hurt. I would do it all along my chin and my jawline and on my forehead too. So it was literally like everywhere. It wouldn't all be at the same time. Like I was never like someone who had like a lot of them, but because I had so many scars, it looked like I did. So that was my issue. When I was about 14, I believe, and my acne was still kind of not so intense. My mom actually bought me Proactive because I would see the commercials and everything, and I was like, okay, maybe this will help me out because I had my quinceañera coming up and I wanted to have clear skin. So I was so panicked, and my mom just bought it for me because she was like, maybe it'll help. After being on it for like a couple months, nothing happened, so I just kind of stopped. I believe it was a couple years later, it was Christmas, and this is the one product that really changed my life. It might not work for you, like I said, but for me, it personally worked wonders. It honestly was the one product that really helped to fix my skin. So it was one Christmas, my brother, my oldest brother, because I have four, my oldest brother, just kind of gave us all these really weird gifts. So for everyone, he bought us all soap. And I know that's really weird, and we were all like, what the hell, Angel? Like, why would you give us soap? We were all so confused. And he was telling us about it, and he was like, the soap is like amazing. You can use it for your hair, you can use it for your face, you can use it for anything. So like try it out, and like, you'll trust me, like it'll change your life. So I tried it. We all did actually in my house at the same time. And it was weird because we were all like so fascinated by how well it worked for our skin. No one else in my family had this issue where like they had a lot of acne issues. A lot of them were pretty normal skin, pretty good skin. Some of them were kind of oily, but for the most part, everyone in my family had pretty good skin, except for me. So for me, this honestly helped to clear up my acne. It was so weird because it was just one product that I was using. I would only use this and moisturizer, and that would be it. And it just slowly started getting kind of less and less hectic on my face, which is awesome. And the product is the DR.Bronners 18-in-1 Hemp Oil Pure Castile Soap, whatever. This huge bottle. He gave us all the little tiny baby size so we could try it out for Christmas, and we were all like, what the hell? So after I finished that little bottle, I've honestly been repurchasing either this size bottle, which is pretty big. It is 32 full ounces, or the 16-ounce one for like the past, I believe that was like in 2011. So for the past like 5 years, almost 4 or 5 years, I have been repurchasing this guy over and over again. After it kind of helped clear up my acne, but I did find that as I kind of simplified my routine and only used one product, my skin got a lot better. So at first it was this guy, and then once my skin got a little bit drier and more sensitive, I started using the Cetaphil one. But I do still always keep a bottle of this on hand for days when I get breakouts. So since my skin is pretty dry now, I don't like to use it all the time because I do feel like my skin gets kind of tight. But it is awesome for those days that my skin starts acting up and I start to get those little bumps and stuff like on my forehead or along my jawline. Sometimes I'll get them here, but not too much anymore. So I'll use this guy whenever I'm having like issues. So that's why I like to keep it around. This product wasn't only used for my face. You can also use it for your hair, which is awesome to kind of clarify. I also used to use it for my brushes, but it gets so foamy and so lathery that I was kind of annoyed with having to always keep washing out the soap. So I do love it for that though. But yeah, I would kind of use this guy, and I feel like cleaning my brushes with this really made a difference too. So this one product really, really helped me out. So you can give it a try. Like I said, it might not work for you, but for me, it honestly worked wonders. It cleared up my skin, which is crazy to think that just one product could do it. But honestly, this did. Like, I'm not even joking. This was awesome for me. So that was kind of where my kind of journey began with getting my skin to a really good place that it is right now. So I used that for years, just that alone, and then I kind of started mixing different things back into my skin. But as I started using things that had salicylic acid in them, or just were really not the best products from the drugstore and stuff, I would see my skin start to act up a little bit more. So I kind of started cutting those out. So anything with salicylic acid I didn't use. Anything that was really harsh and abrasive I didn't use. I feel like simpler is better when it comes to skin. Like, just the more gentle you are with it and the more simple your routine is, the better results you're gonna get. By simple, I don't always mean like only using one product, because I definitely don't use just one product right now. I have kind of found that my skin personally works a lot better when I don't let it get used to something and I change it up all the time. So my routine now is very, very hectic, very crazy, full of different products. So if you're expecting like a really simple, I use this to wash my face, I use this to moisturize, and I use this, you know, that's not what it is. I use this for this, I use this for this, I use this on this days, and it's very, very much all over the place. My skin, I feel like, is probably the best it's been in my whole life. So it just kind of works. First of all, I mentioned that I clean my makeup brushes with these kind of soaps. They do have peppermint, they do have gentle, they have like lavender, they have different scents. So if you don't like peppermint, they totally have other scents that you can use. They come in bars. That is really awesome for cleaning your brushes. But I really feel like cleaning your brushes often is a super, super huge part of keeping your skin clear, especially foundation brushes. I feel like whenever I go too long without cleaning my brushes and I use them too often, I start to get the little bumps on my forehead, and I'm experiencing that right now, or it's going away right now. But all of my beauty blenders were dirty, all of my brushes were dirty, and I would be so lazy I wouldn't clean my brushes. So I started getting those little bumps. So when I noticed that, I washed all my brushes. I was like, okay, like I need to wash them now. So washing your brushes is huge. You can totally use like a daily brush cleaner. This is a Cinema Secrets one. It comes in a huge bottle like this, but I just put it in a little jar to kind of keep in my desk. So cleaning them daily with this is awesome, but I mean, product will build up in your brush and still get in there, and it will harbor bacteria. So washing them, I would say once every 2 weeks, your foundation brushes, or once a month. I have so many foundation brushes that I can go about a month without reusing the same one too many times, even though I shouldn't just let them harbor bacteria. So I do try to clean them twice a month. And what I use is the Zote soap. I've talked about this so many times. I've given this to so many people and they all really like it. And your brushes, it's 97 cents at Walmart. So check this guy out. It's really awesome. It is a laundry soap, so you'll find it in the laundry section. The very top row, they have a blue and a pink. Get the pink because it's a lot more gentle. So yeah, so cleaning your brushes is key. This is a super, super cheap way to clean your brushes. I usually use my Sigma mat, my brush cleaning mat, but you can totally just use your hand or anything like that. So brush cleaning is definitely what you can do for makeup applications to keep your skin clear. So in the morning, I will kind of start off my day by cleaning my skin either with just some micellar water if it's clean from the night before. So sometimes I'll use Bioderma, sometimes I'll use a Sephora one. If I feel like I do need to cut a little bit more in there, I will go in with a creamier cleanser. So something like the Korres Greek yogurt one. I love this guy for day and night, but in the morning especially, it's really good because it is a lot creamier. So something that doesn't really foam up too much is what I like to use in the morning. So this guy's awesome. So this is a step that you don't really have to use, but I do go in with like some kind of essence to hydrate my skin, and this is the Make Raw Sauce from Sephora, and this is also the Lancome Energie de Vie. So something to kind of prime your skin for skincare is what I like to do. So usually in the morning, I will just go straight into moisturizer. I love to go in with the Morning Burst Hydrating Gel Moisturizer by Clean and Clear. It has glycerin in it, which is awesome. So something that's like a gel, lightweight consistency is awesome for the morning time. Typically day and night, I will also use an eye cream, and I just have the Rose Hydrating Eye Gel Cream on hand right now. It is an investment, and I feel like the ones that I've tried at the drugstore don't always do the job as well as these do. It kind of hydrating, not sitting on top of the skin, really getting in there and plumping up your eye. So I love this guy. I have a backup of it already, and that's awesome. In the nighttime, I always cleanse my skin first with some cleansing oil, whether it's a balm or an actual liquid oil. Right now I've been using the Lancome one. I absolutely love this guy. This is probably my favorite cleansing oil of all time. I have tried a ton from the drugstore. I've tried a ton from Sephora, and this is just the one that I feel like is the lightest oil. It's not thick and greasy. It doesn't make you feel really gross or like you have a residue on after, and it just literally just wipes off everything so quickly. But it's 42 bucks, so that kind of sucks. I do also really love the Clinique cleansing balm. I think I might go back to that guy because 42 bucks is just a little too much for me to pay, but this is an amazing cleansing oil. So if you're looking for one to really invest in, this one is amazing. Then at night, I always use a tool, whether it's my Clairsonic Mia 2 or the Foreo. Foreo I like to use a little bit more in the morning time because, like I said, it doesn't oscillate. If you watched my gratis video, I kind of talked about this guy. It doesn't oscillate, it just kind of vibrates and shakes everything out. So if you look for a gentle clean, this is awesome for you day and night. I really like this guy in the nighttime because I feel like it really helps me get in there. I feel like it's really effective at kind of shaking out and scrubbing out everything. So these are both awesome. This one's, I believe, $149 or $199. No, this one's $199. $149? It's around that price. And then this guy is $200. This one you have to replace every 3 months, the little brush head, and you have to recharge it every 20 uses. This guy, you never have to buy any replacement heads. You charge it one time and it's good for 500 uses, so about 7 months, depending if you use it every day. So that's a little comparison. This one oscillates, this one doesn't, it just kind of vibrates. I know that a lot of like beauty people on Instagram and stuff usually have codes for like the Spin for Perfect Skin. So it's another alternative because I believe you get it for like 30 bucks through their codes and stuff. But Sephora actually has this little brush. It's actually my boyfriend's. He uses this guy, and it's just kind of like this little black brush. They also have it in pink, but it's a really soft bristled brush. So I guess it would kind of help to replace this guy. It's only like 8 or 12 bucks, and you can just kind of massage it all in there. It's not going to be as effective obviously as this guy, but at least it's something to kind of really get in there. I feel like tools are really important to have, whether it's any kind of tool, just something that's not your hands, just because anything other than your hands will probably be a little bit more effective at cleaning your skin. And then I also have this little sponge. This is one of the Konjac sponges. This one is from Sephora, but Boscia makes some. I want to say that like some drugstore brands make some, but just any kind of little sponge or tool is awesome. So, you know, whether you can afford it or not, you can just get any one of these. So yeah, these are really awesome too. I love these. I've gone through like 2 of these guys, and I used to have one of these before I had the pink one. And they do have different ones for different skin types. This is one for oily skin. I don't have oily skin, but like I said in that video, I won it for a contest. And they have different brush heads for the Clairsonics as well. I'll go in with something creamy, whether it's the Greek yogurt one that I already mentioned or the Ren Calm Gentle Cleansing Milk. I have really been liking this guy a lot, and I do like the soy face cleanser a lot. This is for all skin types, so I'll go in with, depending on, you know, how I'm feeling that day, something either creamier or soapier like this guy that kind of foams up a little bit more. I always like to keep one of each on hand, that way I can kind of change it up and not let my skin get too used to something. So for nighttime, after I cleanse my skin and everything, like I said, I'll go in with one of the essences that I have, whether it's the Coup Process or the Lancome Energie, and then I'll usually follow up with some kind of serum, whether it's the Lancome Genifique or the Bare Minerals one that I just got. Something really lightweight that's kind of a really nice concentrate to really help your skin with whatever it needs. And then after that, I'll go in with some kind of oil. Usually I'll go in with the Josie Argan oil. I have loved this guy. It's really good for dehydrated skin, problematic skin, acne prone skin, anything like that. It really helps you out a lot. And if my skin is feeling really dry, I will go in with the Clinique Moisturizing Lotion Plus. If it's feeling kind of normal, I will go in with the gel. I also make a gel version of this for people who have more oily skin. But I do like this guy a lot. I've repurchased it a bunch in the past, so that's just kind of what I like to use. That's pretty much it for like daily things. I'll usually do those pretty much every day. Not all of them, like I said, I'll kind of switch on and off between different brands and different products, but for the most part, that is what I do for just general skincare. To exfoliate my skin, I do a couple different things. Usually I would just use the ocean salt from Lush. I love this guy. It's really like gritty and really hydrating, super softening too. So for chemical exfoliation, and I feel like my skin really needs a little bit more help, I'll use the extra strength alpha beta peel pads from DR.Bronners Gross. These are kind of pricey, but they are really good. I know First Aid Beauty makes some similar ones that are a little bit cheaper. They're I think 30 for like a bottle of like 60, I think. Sometimes I'll do this in the day, sometimes I'll do it at night, but usually I'll do it in the day because I feel like it really gives instant results. And this is like a once a week thing. I only really do it when I feel like my skin really looks like it needs it. So if it looks dull, if it looks kind of flat, if it looks like I have a little bit of excess dead skin cells on my skin, then I will go in with this guy. Or especially if I feel like my makeup isn't applying really smoothly, that's when I'll go in with one of those guys, and the next day it'll look super soft and glowy. Also, to help make my skin look really soft and even and ready for foundation, I shave my face. So it sounds really weird, but I have a lot of peach fuzz right here, so when I put on my highlight, sometimes I can like see it get caught in there. So this is really the main area that I focus on, is right here, where I want my highlight to look really glowy and dewy and even. So my little peach fuzz kind of makes it look a little weird sometimes. So I'll just take this guy. This is just a little chic one. I do keep a separate one for my face. I don't like to use the same one that I use on my body. If you do that, like if you don't want to buy a separate one, that's totally fine. I would say just spraying down some alcohol or just kind of cleaning it and disinfecting it would be a good idea. Also, I feel like this has really helped to kind of even out my skin tone, because it kind of helps to take off the layer of dead skin cells, so that's awesome too. If my skin is ever feeling super congested and I feel like I have really kind of deep blackheads or just really congested pores around my nose, I will go in with the Boscia Lumanizing Black Mask. Sometimes I'll do a pore strip, but this I feel like is a pore strip in a bottle, so you can actually extend it out everywhere along your kind of big pored areas. So as I mentioned, I had a lot of acne, a lot of scars, and there was one product that really helped me fade a majority of them, and that was the Palmer's Fade Cream. I know it's really weird, but I was just like browsing Walmart one day and I found that in kind of the hair section where they have like all of like the what are they called, like the relaxers and everything like that, and I found it there and I was like, oh, it's only like $7. So I bought it and I ran through a whole bottle and it honestly faded like 90% of my scars. Also did try the Clinique one, the Even Better. That thing did not work for me. I bought like 5 bottles of that hoping that one day it would work. It never did. But then I found out Fade Cream and that worked like magic. It was so weird, but I was like super grateful for that product. So it's weird how like two things that are like you wouldn't really think would work, like the DR.Bronners soap and that Fade Cream from Palmer's, literally are like the 2 reasons that my skin is as good as it is now. So that's pretty much it for my skincare stuff. I know it's a lot, but that is what I do. I'm just someone who likes to keep my skin guessing and don't want to get used to anything, because I feel like that's when your products are most effective, is when it's not used to something. When it gets used to it, it becomes less effective. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now you guys all know my secrets to my pretty good skin. I mean, it's all right. My brows though need some help. I have anxiety all the time. Whenever I do get it like really bad, I'll pluck at my brows, and this one has become pretty much non-existent. Like, it's bad. So that is it for the skincare video. Like I said, I hope you learned something. I hope you found some products that you want to try out. It's a lot of stuff, I know, but it is what works well for my skin. Looking at it now, it's not that much. If you have any questions about anything, please leave it down below. Or if you have any video requests, since you guys all wanted to see this video, I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to subscribe if you aren't already. I hope you like my new setup. I think I finally found a setup that I really, really like. And yeah, I will see you guys in a later video, and make sure to subscribe.